All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halor Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Ratazah, this will be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And this video might be a little bit long. I'm not sure. I got a handful of scriptures on deck. I'm not sure where the Spirit's going to lead. Adawan Ratazah, it comes together. It's edifying, exhorting, and comforting to the elect, as usual. All right? And without further ado, let's just jump right into it because I got a lot on my mind. But basically, this is centered around, it was allegedly a rumor, but according to the New York Post, as you can see, it's been confirmed. DJ Trump, Donald Trump, confirms plans to use military to deport migrants after declaring national emergency. So it was rumored, but according to the New York Post, it's been confirmed. DJ Trump confirms that the U.S. military to deport migrants after declaring national emergency. And a bunch of thoughts were in my mind, a bunch of scriptures. And again, hopefully it'll come together. But I think I'm gonna title this lesson, it's personal, not business. Because like in the world they have the saying, don't take it personal. This is just business. But nah, this is personal. This isn't business. All right? And why? Because we all know it goes back to the birthright between, this is an ancient biblical beef, okay? Between Esau and Jacob. The two main characters in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's movie. Jacob, you tribes, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, North American Indians, you are the protagonists, right? And Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he is the antagonist. We are the good guys. They are the bad guys, okay? And it's an old beef. It's an old grudge, going back to Isaac and Rebekah. Esau, Sleazy E, is mad over the birthright, over losing the birthright, for not even losing it, giving it up. Not once, but twice, But it was predestined. It was already ordained. The elder shall serve the younger, But again, it's personal. It's not business, So without further ado, let's get into it. The main scripture, of course, is going to be Revelation 12:12, and I'll read it in the KJV, and then I'll read it in the NLT. Revelation 12:12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, and that's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about his physical incarnate on the earth. There's a particular nation that's doing his bidding, primarily the Edomites, okay? That's talking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man, coming down with great, as it says, for the devil is come down unto you, unto who? Primarily you tribes. He's gonna come down upon the whole world, okay? But the main beef is with you tribes. And again, it's an ancient biblical beef. It's an ancient grudge over the birthright. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. His kingdom is up. He's in the last seconds of his empire. I read it in the NLT. Therefore rejoice ye heavens. It's like it. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who live in the heavens rejoice. But terror will come on the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down unto you in great anger, knowing that he has little time. Okay? His empire is at its last, the last seconds. All right? And what do they like to say in this world? Get your head out of the clouds. But that's the spirit of Jake. Swing low, sweet chariot, But we are the ones that are, have our heads in the clouds. per, let me get this real quick. 2 Peter 3 and 13. The whole chapter is good, but straight to the point. Nevertheless, we, the hopeful elect of Yasharallah, right? According to his promise, the promise that he made to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, look for new heavens. And the word new, when you look it up, is kainos, meaning refreshed. What's going to refresh the earth? That fire. Those ICBMs, it's going to terraform the earth. It's going to cleanse the earth. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to sweep the earth with the besom of destruction. Primarily Babylon the Great, America. Fire is the ultimate cleaning agent. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's what we're patiently waiting on. A righteous king, a righteous ruler. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? And this devil knows that. And he's going to come down upon us as I went into Revelation 12 and 12 with great wrath. Because he has a short time. It's an ancient beef. It's personal. It's not business. What did Esau say? After the days of mourning my father are done, I'm going to slay my brother, Jacob. That spirit been in him from the womb. This is Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined. Whose days? Sleazy E. His days are determined. The apostles went into every empire. The lifespan of an empire is around 250 years. Every fiat system, every fiat currency has a lifespan. And Babylon the Great, this dollar, this empire, it's the time is up. It's a couple seconds left, and this devil knows it. He sees the prophecies are screaming. He's being visited by the chariots. The wicked elite, they're probably being seeing strange apparitions. They see the men of the Lord. They see Yasharallah, rising up. He knows the truth is out. He knows. He knows. Everybody's waking up. The Babylon juice, the witchcraft, the enchantments aren't working anymore. It's working on the masses, but there's a remnant that he can't get to. And he will never be able to get to, and he knows it. So he's just going to, pull out, show them horns, show his true nature, Seeing his days are determined, and it said the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Again, the average lifespan of an empire is around 250 years. And we're coming up on that. You see? And he's about to come down with great wrath. And what's going to be that great wrath? That NWO. He's going to roll out that NWO. That's going to be spearheaded by the Charagma, that RFID C-hip, that MOT bead, He's going to unleash unrighteous decrees, draconian legislation. He's gonna resort back to his blessing, the sword, and he's gonna take his anger out primarily upon you tribes. Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old? And Esau knows this, man. He's wiser than Daniel, right? Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked, who is the wicked? Esau, Edom, per Malachi 1 and 4. And Job 9 and 24 tells you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He's in the power seat. But Yahushua HaMashiach is coming to dethrone him, to upset him. And he knows it. Two kings cannot sit on the same throne. Yahushua HaMashiach is coming to take all the crowns. King of kings, Lord of lords. Everybody's going to bend a knee. Every tongue and every knee shall confess the Lord. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short? About 250 years. And the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. You see? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, his space programs and satellites, and his head reach unto the clouds, his pride, his look was more stout than the rest of his fellows, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. After 1,000 years of slavery, hardcore bondage, slavery, he's going to get Obadiah 1 and 18. He knows it. You know, his biblical scholars, they've done all the research, you know, and they've come to the conclusion that Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgment. You know, she's the only neighbor. She's the only neighbor of Yasharallah that was not promised mercy. No place of repentance was found for her. You know, they know this, man. You know, and they're gonna lash out. Esau Edom is a big spoiled brat, and if he can't rule, he's gonna try to take everybody down with him. Misery loves company. He's willing to destroy this whole earth if he would have it his way. He'd kill everybody. But you know, we know that's not how this is gonna go down. The earth abided forever, you know. But if he would have it his way, you know, he would just push the button and blow everything up to smithereens. So it says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, as a nightmare, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. You know? And he knows this. That's why he's going to come down with great wrath, primarily upon you tribes. You know? He going to use all his power, all his might, his military. He going to, you know, he going to do it. He going to do everything he can, you know, to try to upset prophecy. Because that's all he's trying to do. He's trying to upset prophecy. Let's see. I got a couple. Let me see where I want to go. Let me see. Ecclesiastes is good. I think I'll run through this. We know it, but this, you know, you should already know this. Ecclesiasticus, Salaki. Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Book of Sirach. What's that? 12, and I start at 8. You listening, John Bones Jones? You think DJ Chump is your friend? You doing the Trump dance? You letting him put your belt around you? You jakes are in for rude awakening, man. You think this devil really loves you, man? You tribes in for very rude awakening. How many times is he gonna show you that he hates your fucking guts, man? But hey, as the scriptures say, Israel is a homeborn slave. He's spoiled, you know. He's seeking his way. He has Stockholm syndrome. He's trimming his ways to seek love. So Ecclesiasticus 12 and 8, a friend cannot be known in prosperity. Right now, Esau's still in the power seat, but you seeing Satan fall like lightning. Everything is slipping, but you know he's losing control of the narrative. He's losing control of his kingdom. You know, Sleazy E is on a steep decline. You know, and he's about, what you think he's gonna do? He's gonna try everything he can to hold on to his kingdom. A friend cannot be known in prosperity. You think this devil want to go into slavery? You think he want to pay for all the wickedness he's done? You think he want to drink double of this cup? An enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. And adversity is coming upon Sleazy E per Deuteronomy 30 and 7. All these curses are coming upon him. The king of terrors is visiting this devil. You know? In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart. This is the main point. Never trust thine enemy. Yeah, you forgot why your black ass was brought over here. You forgot how you came over here. You think this man truly is your friend, and you're sadly mistaken. And you're in for a brutal, rude awakening. You tribes are going to learn a harsh lesson. This man was never your friend, never will be. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And what do we know about iron? No matter how much you clean it, no matter what you do to try to preserve that iron, it eventually will oxidize. You know? It's going to rust. And the rust represents the wickedness. It's going to show no matter how much you try to paint, how many coats of paint you try to put on it, you know? Eventually, the paint's going to wear off. And that rust is going to show the wickedness, his true nature. Never trust thine. That's why you're not supposed to trust him. It ain't hard. All you got to do is look at his track record, his modus operandum, the receipts, his works. They precede him. You know, he's a violent, bloody man. Always has been, always will be. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, acting like that's prophecy. He shall seek to please the poor. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, a mirror, and thou shalt know that his rust, his wickedness, have not been altogether wiped away, that his true nature is still in him. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. That's what it's about. It's personal. It's not business. He wants the birthright back. Lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou hast at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? He's the serpent, the same serpent from the garden. You know, that's what Gad said. Never trust the white man. He speaks with a forked tongue. You know, broke all the treaties he made with Gad. But you think this man somehow, some way, shape, or form changed. You sadly mistaken, and you're in for a rude awakening. And we're not going to feel sorry for you. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Yeah, you trying to charm this devil. You trying to, trimming your ways to please this devil. You can't please him. He's never satisfied. His desire is as hell. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any as such as come nigh wild beast? Yeah, he's the wild man. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? That's what you do. You compromise your morals. You sell your soul. All for the admiration of this devil, the praise of this world. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. Yeah, the words of his mouth, smoother than butter, but war's in his heart. But in his heart, in his mind, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Yep. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. That rust, that wickedness, his true nature, them horns, they about to come out. And hey, man, Jake, y'all in for a rude awakening, And I had this scripture here to tie into the point of he's wiser than Daniel. He knows he has a short time. He knows this is his last hurrah. He knows this is the end of his world. Nahum 1:3, the Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. And I then broke down to you, the wicked is Esau, Edom, per Malachi 1:4. And he knows this. He knows there's no mercy. There's no place of repentance. The Lord Yahweh hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm and in the clouds, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. But the point is, Esau knows that he's not going to get a pass. He knows he has to pay. He knows the king of terrors are on his way, and he's trying to upset prophecy. He's trying to get the birthright back. And he gonna use everything in his might, and he gonna lash out primarily upon you tribes. 2 Ezra 6:6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. And we know it's going into the end of a particular age, rulership, empire, right? Kingdom. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? The changing of the guard. When is it going to happen? We're in them times. Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? We are the it that followeth. Yasharallah. Our kingdom is everlasting. The only kingdom that's going to be everlasting. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac and Jacob, from Abraham unto Isaac. Again, it's an ancient biblical beef. When Jacob and Esau were born of the main characters in this movie. The protagonist, Jacob, the antagonist, Esau. And right now, Esau's ruling. He would be ruling in the latter times. He knows it. When Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. And this was a key event. It was foreshadowing. For Esau is the end of the world, the age, this particular age, this wicked age. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. He knows this. He knows this. He knows this, man. He knows he has a short time. He knows he's not going to be acquitted. He's not going to be pardoned. So his true nature is going to come out. Ezekiel 35, the main point is in 5. I start at 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. It's talking about the people. Esau, Edom, Mount Seir, Basra, all these things are Idumea, all these are synonymous for the so-called white man. And say unto it, that nation, right? Thus saith the Lord Adonai Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Esau knows that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is against him, primarily for touching the apple of his eye, and he knows a recompense is coming. Because thou hast, this is the main point, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, that word perpetual means never ending, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel, Yasharallah, by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Adonai Yahweh, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Sif thou hast not hated blood, he's the bloody man, he's the violent man. His terribleness hath deceived him. Even blood shall pursue thee. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. That's the point. But the point is, he has a perpetual hatred. Always has, always will. Amos 1 and 11. The whole chapter is good too. But that's the main point. Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Why? Because he did pursue his brother, who was his brother, Jacob. You tribes. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And that's what you tribes are going to realize. He still has that hatred. All these nations hate us, man, per Psalms 83. But Esau, Edom has a special hatred, and it's warranted, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has a special hatred against this devil. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. He knows this. He knows he's hated. He knows he's cursed. No matter how much you want to smile in front, he knows the truth. He knows he's greatly despised. And he knows his latter end. He knows his future, his judgment. But he's trying to upset prophecy. And he's going to take his anger out again upon you tribes. Why? Because it's not business. It's personal. I'm going to close out here. Isaiah 4. Adawan Ratazat, it made sense and it came together. Isaiah 14, and I'm going to jump around. And 1. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, Yasharallah. I'll read that over. Slide. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Yaquab and will yet choose Yasharallah and set them in their own land, and the strangers, the Israelite foreigners, shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Yaquab. And the people, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Yasharallah shall possesseth them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. That's what's coming to all you other 17 nations. Payback, slavery. You gonna drink of that cup, just like your daddy, Sleazy E. But the only difference is you guys are gonna have mercy. Esau, Edom is the only nation that's gonna be exterminated. If you ever watched, what's that? I forget that show. But he's gonna be exterminated after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery per Obadiah 1:18. You know? The only nation that's not promised mercy, and he knows it. It says, and the house of Yasharallah shall possesseth them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them, this is the main point, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. It says, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Like I'm just jumping around. I'll read 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage. America, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Egypt is synonymous for what? Bondage. America means bitter. That's what it's been to the tribes. Bitter. Bondage. You know? Our lives been hanging in doubt. You know? All we know is oppression. Having to go to the enemy for want of all things. But this is our last bid. We shall no more be carried away into captivity again. He's about to recompense Esau, pay him back for what he did. It says, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. And it's looking like the king of Babylon is Nero, DJ Trump. And he about to come, just like ancient Egypt. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. He's hardening Pharaoh's heart again. He's hardening the heart of the king of Babylon. And he's going to come down with great wrath. He's going to unleash his military. He's going to unleash his goddamn robots. He's going to roll out his digital system, the internet of things, of all things. He's going to try to put a charagma in you. He's going to try to put that digital ool in you. He trying to upset prophecy. Hey, 2nd Ezra 13, they were scared but durst fight. The angels, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gonna return as birds flying with the chariots. He gonna try to fight against the angel, the war in heaven. Hey, this devil knows what's about to happen, man. He knew before we knew. Thou art wiser than Daniel. Again, it's personal. It's not business. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Who gonna persecute his ass? Ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Jump down. The whole chapter is good, but like I said, I'm just skipping around. It's 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we, the hammer of the earth? How is the hammer of the earth broken asunder? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp, thy pride, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, the so-called white man, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon? There is no throne. Uncover the legs, the scripture, prepare for, what does it say? What I'm botching it up, Prepare for hardcore slavery, man, It says, which did weaken the nations. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh, I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Aren't we in North America? That's what you did. You know? You know? You said it was your manifest destiny. You know? It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yeah, that's why the first thing you did, you know, during the so-called Renaissance was what? Iconoclasm. You set yourself up as the Most High. You know? You committed the act of blasphemy. And then what did you say? You put yourself up as the you know, the supreme being of knowledge, of righteousness. You know, there is no God. I'm God. Science and all this bullshit. You see? Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness? Who did that? Who is doing that? Who is destroying the earth? Per Revelation, the time has come to destroy them that destroy the earth. Who's doing that? Who shook the world during the time of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Well, who dropped Fat Man and Little Boy? Who's doing this? Who is this talking about? That made the world a wilderness. Who's behind deforestation and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? You know, they say no other nation has more prisoners than America. And who's primarily in them prisons? You tribes. That's the anger of this devil. All the kings of the nations, even all them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. He's the only nation that's not promised mercy, and he knows it. Okay? Let me jump down to 21 and close out here. Prepare slaughter for his children. Okay, because they like to say, well, that we didn't do it. Those are forefathers. But guess what? You are your forefathers. Reincarnation is biblical. Reincarnation is real. You know, you come back in the third or fourth generation, you are your forefathers. You see? That's why, like the Apostle Tahar says, the elder Apostle Tahar says, he believes Trump is Nero. And he about to come down with great wrath. What did Nero do in the past? He burnt down Rome and blamed it on the Israelites. You see? Same thing again. Same play. No new thing under the sun. You're the problem. You're the problem why the economy's bad. You're the problem. You know? Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possesseth the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that nuclear fire. And that's what Charlton Heston saw. America was a goddamn desert. You know? He thought he was on another planet, and what did he find out? He was in New York City, to be exact, the Forbidden Zone. He saw the Statue of Liberty was covered in sand. You did it, you bastards. Hey, so this devil knows, man. This devil knows, hey, it's personal. It's not business. And he gonna show you his true colors. He gonna go back to lynching you niggas. He gonna go back to ripping you apart. You about to find out. You tribes in for a rude awakening. You know, and it ain't just gonna be talk no more. He ain't just gonna be calling your island a garbage in the ocean. You know, he ain't just gonna be talking shit about you. You know, eating cats and dogs and all this type shit, super predators and all this type shit. He gonna show you how he really feel. You know, and it's gonna be beautiful. All hell is about to break loose. Class wars, race wars, domestic violence, the third woe, famine, pestilence. Evil times are on the horizon. Evil times, bad times for you people that aren't right with Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Beautiful times for the remnant, the elect. Keep watching, keep fighting, keep pushing. We're close. Shalom. Wah abad babo. Kwam Yasharallah.